Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Today is the day, and we may see some serious fireworks in crypto markets price-wise today. While that's not an absolute guarantee, fine. I acknowledge this could be a sell the news event. I'm less confident that's the case than I otherwise would be, just because we've been trading sideways for, a couple months or so at this point. I think a lot of people that maybe would typically sell the news in a situation like this, are they even here? And then on top of this was so out of the blue. The fact that we're now sitting, and you guys know what I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about the Ethereum ETF. You guessed right if you guessed that. The Ethereum ETF, the SEC, has to either move forward with this thing or deny it today. There is no delay option. This is it. So we're going to find out now what time of the day. Well, fine, technically it could, the news could drop at any point, but drawing from past experiences, an ETF expert with Bloomberg thinks that it's probably going to be close to 3 p.m. Central Time, which is my time zone. I'll share with you towards the beginning part of the video exactly what he stated. Now, it's broadly expected at this point. Surprisingly, I didn't think I would have been saying this, about a week ago, but new information has dropped, as I think most of you are aware of now. This thing's probably going to get approved. That's probably going to be the word. So if that's indeed the case, and that news breaks, and this is not what the market was expecting, and we have been ranging sideways for a couple months, it makes me wonder what's going to happen. And I admit, I don't know for sure. Now, normally an event like this, like I was saying for the spot Bitcoin ETFs, I was confident it was going to be a sell the news event, which it ultimately was. And then the market did move back to the upside. We're in a bull market, so just because it was a sell the news event, it doesn't mean that it's just going to go down forever or not be a big... No, it ultimately matters. But in this situation, what's that going to look like? So I'll share with you the specifics. I also have perspective from a number of analysts in this latest Moon Lambo Hot Jam, including, I think I have 3 different analysts talking about what's happening with XRP specifically. And my God, there's never been so many reasons to be optimistic for the potential face-melting price action that XRP could deliver us this year, this market cycle. I personally have never been this optimistic as an XRP holder, and I've been an XRP holder since November 17th, 2017. I've never sold a single XRP, but it is my hope that I am so sufficiently enticed by XRP price action to the degree that I will sell all of my XRP. That would be my dream, and I think that actually might happen. And then I'll just buy back in, as we enter a bear market. But before going further, though, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice. And you definitely should not buy or sell anything because if anything I say are right. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Now, as I record this video, it is early in the AM here. It is 2:41 a.m. Central Time, my time zone here in the good old Midwest of the United States, Thursday, May 23rd, 2024. So, as I'll show you in just a second here, in about 12 hours, it's reasonable to suppose that we're going to have this answer, and I'm really curious to see how the market responds. And again, I admit, I don't know. I mean, if it were different circumstances, I would say with much greater confidence this would be a sell the news event. But again, for the reasons I cited in the intro of the video, I'm feeling a lot more uncertain than I otherwise would, because the market wasn't expecting this. So, if it's a sell the news event, then... the market, I guess it went up a little bit, once this news broke. Fine, but not like an insane amount. I guess it could still be a sell the news event. We'll see. At the time I'm recording this video, XRP is just a hair shy of 53 cents. Bitcoin's at 69,805 bucks. Crypto Fear and Greed Index 76 out of 100. That's the 3rd day in a row at that exact number, and we are in extreme greed as a result of this. Here's an ETF monitoring website, and I'm not going to read this whole story because I just needed this key takeaway right here I've highlighted. They note, the SEC is due to decide on the first spot Ethereum ETF on Thursday. Exchanges on which spot Ethereum exchange-traded funds would be listed have amended their SEC applications for rules changes that address regulators' concerns and potentially allow the new products to begin trading. So again, it's broadly expected at this point that we are going to see this approval, and we could see some really spicy fireworks as a result. I'm very curious to see how the market responds to this. Here's somebody named Adam Bloomberg, and he wrote on social media platform X, trying to plan my day tomorrow, and he wrote this in the evening yesterday, trying to plan my day tomorrow. Is there a certain time we expect to hear from the SEC? Can I slot it in mid-morning so I have time to have my coffee? and have the rest of my day to scroll. And he tagged Eric Balchunas as well as James Seifert. Both of these gentlemen here are ETF analysts for Bloomberg, and they become wildly famous, I would say, in the world of crypto anyway, for their very thorough, very helpful, frankly, in-depth coverage throughout the whole spot Bitcoin ETF saga. And they've been doing that again here for everybody as it pertains specifically to a spot ETH ETF. And so anyway, this gentleman tagged both of them, and Eric Balchunas, he did respond, and he wrote the following. So this is where, it's his best guess, which means it's my best guess, because he's the expert when it comes to all things ETF. And so here's what he said. My best guess is we hear from the SEC around 4 p.m. tomorrow. And I'll pause and note, he said that last night, meaning today. So about, as of the time I'm recording this, again, about 12 hours from now. He said, my best guess is we hear from the SEC around 4 p.m. tomorrow. For spot Bitcoin, they dropped it at 3:45 p.m. Some others in past were slightly after 4 p.m. Anything possible, though. And he noted in a separate post that he was saying that he meant to indicate that was New Jersey time. And he said, sorry, I should have specified that. So that's Eastern time is what that means. That time zone is an hour ahead of mine. I'm in the, I'm in Central time. So for me, that would be closer to 3 p.m. If you're on the East Coast, yes, it would be closer to 4 p.m. So it just kind of depends where you are. And a lot of you listening are on the other side of the planet. So, either way, it's going to be fireworks. Something's going to happen here. I don't think that the market's just going to get the news and then not respond. Like, there's going to be a response. We're going to find out together exactly what that looks like here. There's also this post. This is from chart analyst Matthew Hyland, and he said, Bitcoin is at $70,000, and there is little excitement and no euphoria. Have to like it. And I gotta say, that's amazing. As somebody who was here a few years ago in 2021, as Bitcoin hit its all-time high in May, and then again an even higher all-time high in November. Well, I certainly remember this time 3 years ago. There was euphoria. Oh, it's safe to say. The celebrities were here, the laser eyes, the diamond hands, all that crap. Very fun time. Very, 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 very fun time. But here, it's so cool to see Bitcoin is at this price level. And, fine, you can see extreme greed here, but is this euphoria? No, this is not euphoria. And we haven't had the masses come in, the new entrants, as you see every single market cycle, because we haven't quite yet gotten to that point. But they're coming. The masses always come. Things are just cyclical here. So it's kind of like, as I've said in recent days and weeks, it's basically, we're at this moment where it's basically the calm before the storm, as they say. Here's a post from chart analyst Mikey Bull Crypto. Hashtag altcoins. Ethereum repeating the 2020 path that sparked off alt season in 2021. Using one of my rare indicators and fib, the bull targets are $9,000 to $11,000 for this cycle. We're still early, folks. Now, I want to make a simple point on this. Now, if you're like me and you care way more about XRP than you do ETH, and mind you, I do hold ETH. It's the first coin I ever bought. I've been holding it since 2017. Even if you're like me and you care more about XRP, I just want to make this point. Think about what the implications of this are. Because this isn't what, this is, if anything, and I'm not a chart guy, I'm not pretending to be, but my humble opinion, we're all entitled to our own opinions, is that this is a little conservative. I don't make price predictions, I'm not going to. But this, at a minimum, I'll have to say this doesn't seem remotely wild. Which I totally respect, by the way, just to be clear. But think about this. What was ETH's all-time high? Like $4,800 last market cycle? Let's pull it up. $4,861. It's currently $3,826. So you're talking about somewhere in the neighborhood of, just call it roughly a twofold increase for Ethereum from one cycle to the next. That's it, just a twofold increase. Now, so are you going to tell me then that we can't get at least a twofold increase for XRP this market cycle, especially considering that the all-time high over 6 freaking years ago, was depending on the source you go, it's between $3 and $4 though. We couldn't at least double that, which would put XRP somewhere between what? I mean, it depends on what number you're actually looking at here, but somewhere called like what, $7 or so. And that's if you only get a twofold increase from the last all-time high. So to me, it just seems like super conservative. I will not be surprised if XRP goes much, much higher than that. Now, mind you, I took on a lot more risk than many people would be willing to purchasing a ton of XRP, which is why it's my largest individual holding. So I will be tapping out in all likelihood well before that in terms of selling most or all of my XRP before it would get to, $9-10 in all likelihood. But that's just because I took on more risk up front so that I could sell and be very happy with the results if I sold at a lower price level. Now, if I didn't hold as much XRP, perhaps I'd be more willing to let it play out a little bit further and hope it goes a little bit higher, and then maybe that would have enticed me. But instead, I just bought more and more XRP for years on end so that I could tap out sooner. That's been my plan. I've treated a bunch of coins like that, though. Here's a post from Chart Analyst Cryptos, and he said, XRP keeps rejecting exactly at the weekly 21 MA. It is the most significant indicator in all of crypto. XRP bullish when close above a weekly 21 MA. So we have been in this holding pattern, as has most of crypto for roughly the last 2 months here. We will not stay here forever, and today it's reasonable to suppose today's going to be the day where we do see some sort of fireworks. And by the way, just because, Eric Balcoon is thinking, it's probable that around 3 p.m. Central, close to that is when we, get word from the SEC. They could drop this news at any point they want, sooner than that. You might wake up, maybe by the time you're watching this video, the news is already known. That's possible. It's certainly possible. But we are finding out today. Here's a post from chart analyst Dark Defender. Hi all, this is a quick update on XRP in the daily time frame. As discussed, we had a break in the weekly time frame. I set a smaller 5-wave structure to see the detailed levels. XRP follows the RSI trend, which is the orange line on the screen, and is above 50%, which is good. The break is confirmed. We expect the price to be above the Ichimoku clouds to discuss more bullish formation. He notes that the supports are roughly 52 cents to 51 cents, resistances closer to 58 cents, and then another key one being 68 cents, 90 cents, and $1.21. XRP will test 58 cents in a couple of days. Enjoy. And so, yes, it's the case that the entire asset class moves in tandem. Yes, it certainly is the case that what happens with the spot ETH ETF, if this actually gets approved, big day for ETH perhaps, if it's not a sell the news event. But this could be, even if this is a sell the news event, frankly, we're not going to keep ranging forever. This still could be something that ultimately results in us moving much higher. But it'd be the entire crypto asset class. That's why I wanted to highlight this. So even if you don't care about ETH, fine. Maybe not all of you hold ETH. Okay, that's fine. I'm not as excited about ETH, even though I've been holding it for a long, long time. But I understand that everything is so intertwined, and that's why I talk about things other than just XRP. So yes, this is an XRP-centric YouTube channel in crypto, but it's not exclusively XRP. It's all intertwined. And I do have interests outside of XRP on top of that. It's just that it's my largest individual holding. I've gone on it, for a span of years at length as to why it is and why I have made the decisions that I've made. And I know a lot of you feel similar on certain points. I think we're going to be proven right by the end of this market cycle. And then it'll be obvious in hindsight. And all the idiot sticks saying XRP, nope, it's going to zero against Bitcoin and all this crap. Nope, it's done. It doesn't make a damn bit of sense. Because, well, there are tons of reasons. If you look at how XRP is positioned right now, pick a metric. Pick XRP market cap dominance. Pick RSI. Pick how it's priced against Bitcoin. When it looks like this, historically, previous market cycles, this has been the moment when it finally goes. And for XRP to have, for its entire life, been in the top 10 coins by market cap, to think that it's just not going to protect, it's going to sit this one out when the SEC nonsense has been settled, at least as it pertains to XRP, to think that we're just going to set this bull run out. No, thanks. Thanks for the invite. We're going to sit on the sidelines this bull. That doesn't make a damn bit of sense. We are going to get ours. And I can't technically say with 100% confidence that's the case, but I have very strong conviction. Because as far as I'm concerned, it makes logical sense to believe that by a long shot, is what is most probable. By a wide margin. That is what's most probable. So we're going to find out what happens, and I just have a suspicion that today's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be neat to see if maybe the news comes out a little bit sooner. It could at any time. But according to Eric Balcunas, be checking for news headlines close to 3 p.m. If you hadn't seen it by late morning comes, early afternoon, just know by the 3 p.m. Central Time, just keep hitting refresh. You're going to see something crazy happen, maybe. I mean, the market's going to respond one way or another, right? I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.